All right, welcome back to another edition of Hold My Cutter. We are here at the drawing room inventory on the south on 2nd Street. If you haven't seen it, you should come check it out. The people are okay, but the place is outstanding. I say that because he's right. I mean, he gets really sensitive. He's probably going to have to go to therapy after this. But anyways, folks, today it is a special day. My man, Robby Incmikoski. If you don't know him, shame on you if you're in Pittsburgh. And Paul Hogan is here, former firefighter, and he also is now an organ transplanter. We'll get into that in a minute. How you guys doing? Ish. I don't even know how to say that, but literally, like, how you guys doing today?
Well, first of all,
he took over. You said he would do it.
I can't tell you how cool it is. How cool it is to be on your podcast while you're smoking a cigar, hanging out at this beautiful place. I'm honored to be here, brother. How are you, man?
I'm humbled.
Paul Hogan is my co-host on my podcast, Sacred Grounds with Robbie and Uncle
tell us
Paulie.
about your podcast before we get into all of it.
We just started we started a podcast called Sacred Grounds with Robbie and Uncle Paulie. Paul Hogan's one of my best friends since arguably the first month I moved here to Pittsburgh, December of 2012. He has a different version of when we met, different version of that story, which is the wrong version.
Different version of
many. But he's one of my best friends in the world, and
I want to hear that. I want to hear that story.
He's been
a true one.
Yeah, he spent 23 years as a Pittsburgh firefighter. He's now retired, father, 2 daughters in college, lovely wife Marcy, and he just made me laugh my ass off all the time. So I said, "You need to be on my podcast with me."
Yes. Okay. So 23 years, best friend. Kudos to you to be best friends.
23 years as a firefighter, 13 years.
13 years.
As
well, it probably took you at least 10 years to be friends with Robbie, right? So tell me the true story.
The true story was years ago, and you weren't with Fire Chat.
Yes, he was.
Were you on the 13 team?
Yeah. Thanks for remembering. Keep going.
Yeah. I meant the dude looks just like he was fucking catching that thing.
There you go. See? Yeah. I must have been a good-looking cat, dude. Yeah.
We rented the pool in Arizona. We rented the pool out in Arizona, in center field. So we brought 13 dudes in with this amazing party.
Wait. You had 13 dudes in a pool?
Yeah. And he made sure he said it on when he interviewed us too. He goes, "Yeah, this is
that was Robbie's idea, wasn't it?"
He goes, "All guys." He said it right on the air.
He was like, "I'll be there." Yeah.
The next year we brought 35 people. Down. But he interviewed us down there, and it was one of his first interviews, right?
Yeah.
One of his first interviews. So he was a complete nobody. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. And then
What's changed?
Immediately put him on the fucking map. Immediately.
Yeah. You're like,
and things haven't changed.
Me, Paulie, I got you.
Story short, and I won't go into that on how they banned us from coming back.
No, you should go into that.
Well,
That
I'm not
story's
sure
in the book.
13 grown men are supposed to be
they didn't.
in that baby shallow pool.
They didn't.
It's more a hot tub than a pool, dude.
No, it is. It's a nice pool.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a nice pool.
Yeah.
Nice pool. We rented the pool. I knew one of the clubhouse managers for Diamondbacks, went to college with him. So he cut us a deal there for that. So we flew out 13 boys, and we just rented this pool.
You can't change.
We did have cannonballs.
So that's part of
That's part of the story.
story.
So we threw this great party, and the next day they put on their websites, "That's how you throw a party." So they invite us all back. So the next year we bring 35 people back to this pool. It's in his book. And
we're gonna get to that book.
So one thing leads to another. They go, "Listen, Paul, you have to spend at least $350. That's like what the corporates do." And I went, "What?" So we were at $2,500 by like the 4th inning. So
wow, you got paid well as a firefighter. Good for you.
A long story short,
good for the government.
The sheriffs come down in like the 8th inning, and the guys have to leave. They're going to kick us out. And
why?
I go, "Why?"
Speedos?
They go, "No, wouldn't that have been great?"
Thong?
That would have been great. If I showed up, if I go again, I'm going to have the American flag right there. So,
just make sure you're not at salute.
There was a puddle on the warning track.
That was the pool.
So they said, "Look over. This is you guys. We have to stop the game." And I went, "No way for us to jump in this pool and put a puddle on it." And it turns out they said, "No. Well, the drains drain onto the field." So this is me to 2 sheriffs. I said, "That's not us. That seems like that's going to be an engineering problem." And he goes, "I think you're right." And they let us stay.
That's awesome.
They let us stay. And then afterwards, they sent me an email, basically.
For life?
Yeah.
Good. It's not Pittsburgh. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right?
They've since fired that guy. So we got another email last year saying, "Come on back down."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got welcome back. You got
Yeah.
snake bitten is what happened.
Yeah, we did.
So is that pretty
And they were
true?
there.
But that is
No.
how I met Robbie.
They
That's how I
said-
met Robbie.
Yeah,
That
of
was
course. He probably
2013.
migrated 13 dudes in
Robbie
a pool.
no, he didn't let
Ran that way.
He didn't let me talk on the first interview. We didn't really know one another. But the second year, he did let me talk, and that was I was in Tiger Woods mode. On
Hopefully not driving.
no, I wasn't driving.
Okay, good.
But it was fantastic.
Well, but one little detail in that story was that every time the Pirates scored a run, they were all going to do cannonballs in the pool. So in like the seventh
Did
and
we
eighth
win?
inning or
Do you
eighth and
remember?
ninth, I have to go
We
back
did.
and look at the box
We-
score.
Yeah, we killed him. It was
And
like
they
9
scored
runs,
like
yeah.
7 runs late in the game to make the game a blowout, and they went nuts. And that is
You're
what
welcome.
prompted
I was
the
on that team.
email.
If you don't remember,
Them going, you can come next year. But the Pirate, the email said to him, and I have the email somewhere in my inbox, and it said, Paul, the Pirates, essentially that the Pirates series against the Diamondbacks was sold out. Pick another game. And he's like, you think we're going to get 30 people to fly out here to see the friggin' Cubs? Come on, bro. So that was how they got invited to the pool. But here's what's great. So we'll talk about the story of them getting essentially.
okay, it's a little bigger than I thought. But you guys were
uninvited.
only in the little pool the whole time. Is
Yeah.
what I heard.
So there it is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we took out baseballs. We bribed all the. We knew we were going to.
You're a
Okay,
bunch of
cool.
fire. Of course, you're going to be a problem.
Yeah, we. Well,
Like you're
there
hanging
was
loose.
some cops too. So
Well, that's
a lot
even
of
worse.
Pittsburgh cops,
Cops,
Pittsburgh
bartenders.
firefighters,
Well, hey, first off,
dentists.
thank you
So
guys
we-
so much for your
we had the
service.
clubhouse guy I know give me like 12 baseballs. So we were bribing. We were giving the kids baseballs around.
What were you
us.
bribing kids for? To go get
So
your
the
stuff?
parents didn't get pissed off at us for making a
Oh.
nuisance of
Just
us.
want to make that clear. We could have
Yes.
gone weird.
So, anyways, and at the end, we walked out of there to a standing ovation in Chase Field for throwing the greatest party ever thrown in that pool,
And we won.
and we won.
I'm
Scored
going to
9
go ahead and
runs.
say it.
And I
that
don't know
was
who's
because of
catching
them.
that day. I forget who. It's catching.
I got a box score. I don't remember if you started. I don't know. I got to see if you played in either of those games. I'll check.
I'll have to
In
remember.
Well,
13,
somebody doesn't even remember.
14. He didn't remember you were on the roster because he
But he
hates you.
remembered you because you
Yeah.
came. There's dudes
Oh,
out there.
we put him on
When
the
it's
map.
raining men,
We put
Yeah.
him on the
Robbie
map.
comes.
He called us to hang out for like a month. We ignored all calls from him, and then slowly,
Rightfully so.
Yeah,
let
I'll put
him
you
in.
on television. Sure, why not?
Yeah, yeah. But that's one thing, Robbie, you were always great at is finding the good stories. How did you come to find? We got a bunch of servicemen out there jumping and doing cannonballs in a pool, giving kids balls and breaking things.
There's this. So the story behind that, when my first week on the job, I was brought around by station was then known as Root Sports, our PR guy Nick Del Greco, and he said, "I want you to do interviews on all the local stations, the radio stations." So I said, "Sure." I mean, I don't know how appealing I would be. Sure, what I'm going to do. So he brings me around, and Colin Dunlap was doing radio at the time. He was on the sports station. Believe he was doing the morning show at the time, or whatever it was. Anyways, he goes, "You got to meet my friend Paul Hogan." And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" He goes, "He's a funny dude. He loves to drink beers. He loves baseball, loves the Pirates, and he's funny as shit." So I'm like, "Sure, I'd love to meet him." So I get in touch with him, like, "Hey, man, and he's like, "Hey, we're putting together a trip for Arizona." So I go to our producer who invented baseball, and I said, "Hey, we got a guy." That was for you.
I caught that one.
That was for you.
Yeah.
So so I said, "Hey, we'll put you on television." I said, "Let's just do a hit on it. I think it'd be pretty funny to have you guys, talk about all these Pirates fans flying across the country to hang at this pool and root on the team." And obviously 2013 Pirates were a damn good team. Obviously 2012 was a tough year, down the stretch, but, Kutch got hot right off the beginning and it was a good team. So I put him on TV and made him famous. Basically how the rest of it goes.
I told this
He said the
exact
opposite.
story on our podcast. He interrupted 5 times to say that I'm saying it wrong. You just said everything that I said.
But I had made
There's
it
one
before
big
that.
thing.
It was Colin. That's how I remember.
Colin Dunlap introduced
I remember
us.
Colin.
So it's really, Colin, thank you.
Colin
You made
Dunlap.
something
Colin, one of
special.
my best friends in the world. Thank you,
Colin
Dunlap.
Dunlap.
So we're going to have you back on the Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
I've never heard anybody.
I want to
refer
hear your
him.
story. I want to hear about all the organs. I want to hear about everything you do because it seems extremely interesting and to y'all's banter. But the big reason why, Robbie, we have him on today is because that book would not be without your man, your best friend. So explain that story.
So yeah. So go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding.
This is where you time it.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
Start it. Go ahead.
This is what it's like when you have an asshole for a friend and he does stuff like this where he
Go ahead, Big A.
runs. The book is called Sacred Grounds and it's because of him.
Explain that. That's
So-
not it. You can't stop there.
So it's 2024, September 2nd to be exact. A Monday
And you're
night.
trying to figure out what's next.
Well, I was working with the Texas Rangers at the time.
Okay.
So I was still with the Rangers, and I'll never forget, I had just gotten home on Sunday. Sunday, the Rangers had a day game, and I flew home right after the game. And he sends me a text Monday and says, this is going to sound crazy. I knew that the game I worked the day before was probably going to be the last game I ever worked in baseball.
Why? Was it like a gut thing or?
Yeah, it was more a gut thing. So it's actually, I don't want to say emotional because it's not emotional, but I guess it is a
You
little
got a
bit.
little emotional.
The Rangers were playing the Oakland A's, and I'll never forget it. It was Sunday, August 31st, or maybe it was September 1st. It was.
Okay.
It was 2024, and the Rangers were playing the A's, and that was my last game on the schedule because I took a backup job as a host / reporter with the Rangers, and I was doing the pregame and the postgame, and I remember standing there during the national anthem, and I'm like, this is the end of my 16th season as a Major League Baseball TV announcer. And I said, and I'll never forget standing there. Roof was open. I remember like it was yesterday. I'm like, this is it for me. This is going to be the last game I ever work in baseball. So
What went over? Like,
it was.
I kind of knew that feeling when I was going to walk away from the
Yeah.
game, but I let it.
It was a
kinda extend for a long
combination of
time.
things. It was so I was a little emotional. I don't think I've even told him this. So
You're really not his best friend.
So yeah. Well, no, he knew because he had come down to.
I'm a slave.
he had come down to visit me. So anyway, it's enough talking about me. But I know. But the next day he goes, "Hey, Skeens is pitching at Wrigley tomorrow." So on Monday, September 2nd, he sends me a text. He goes, "Skeens is pitching at Wrigley," and Jimmy, one of our best buddies, owns Mario's in the South Side. He goes, "Jimmy's bartending. It's Tuesday night."
His name's Jimmy. He owns a place called Mario's. That's
Yeah, it's Jimmy
outstanding.
Hoffman.
Yeah.
It's been Mario since 1982.
That's awesome.
So he goes, "Do you want to go watch him?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I don't have anything going on." So I'm like, "Let's go." So we go to the bar, and it's me, him, our buddy Harrison, Spike, and Jimmy in the bar, and we're just watching Skeens pitch at Wrigley. He goes 5 innings, Pirates win 5-0. So we are ripping a few shots throughout the game, great bombs to be specific.
Many.
What are those?
It's like vodka, Red Bull,
Oh, it is.
shaken up,
Vodka Red Bull.
vodka Red Bull in a glass. You know,
Be the firefighter.
rip them,
Yeah,
shake them up.
that's it.
It's good. It's
Yeah,
a
but
great.
when you
It's
drink,
the Pittsburgh staple.
16
So,
of them.
so at this point, we're at about a 0.2.
Yeah,
So Hogan and I are sitting at the bar, and he looks over at me.
It's when
like-
you do your best thinking. 16 deep.
oh yeah,
he
We'll put
looks
it right
over
on-
at me.
Put it right on the Bev now.
He looks over.
You drew that 16 deep?
This is it. Yeah.
That's the nap. So
Yeah.
he grabs
It's
a
not
bar
too,
napkin.
It's not too terrible.
He grabs a napkin out of the
Outstanding.
bar caddy, and he says, "Hey man, I got the name of your book." I'm like, "Dude, we're super fucked up right now." I'm like, "Let's just wait." And I had a meeting with my team the next day, and he grabs a bar napkin. And he goes, "Jimmy, give me a pen." He grabs a pen, and
I
that's what he wrote.
drew Sacred Grounds. He said, "I got the name for your book, Sacred Grounds," which it took some effort to spell the word grounds here.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell, like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell
But I
that you
did-
were
look, I got the-
intoxicated
I
up
got the
front.
infield dirt. I got the bases. This wasn't.
Yeah, you
this
know,
isn't
almost
terrible.
having, you have the first base almost in a shift.
So
It's
here-
outstanding.
It's
Yeah.
not even illegal now.
Yeah.
how much you can zoom in, but here's the story in the book:
Yeah.
a picture of the napkin and a picture of us from that night with Hogan.
Yeah. You look glossy.
He's holding the napkin.
So
Now, take everything that he just
Sacred
said.
Ground. Where did it, like, you guys are there. You're 16 deep with vodka and Red
He didn't have a
Bull.
name for his book yet.
I know, but
So
that's not the time I'm thinking, oh, yeah, let me tell you about
But yeah,
this
we
book.
didn't have a name yet.
Yeah,
We were
so
gonna research
But you were
this-
talking about, of course, he's talking about it, trying to figure it out. He even called. I remember, I was like, this would be cool. Like, I can't wait to see what comes of this. So, how Sacred Grounds? Why Sacred Grounds? How did that hit you? Or were you just
it
like,
just
did
hit
an
me.
angel come
It
down?
just hit me. We were talking about it. He said, "I don't have a name for this thing. I have no idea what we're going to call this. I know what I'm going to do. I've already done interviews. I just don't know what the name is." So I was just there, and I went, just hit me. I went, Sacred Grounds. Let's do it. Then I thought, okay, make sure I spell sacred right. I did, and then I got grounds wrong. So I wrote
It's
on
okay.
this exact bed nap, and I drew this and I handed it to him. Now take his entire story that he told you about how that night went. And if you added funny to it, that's how I would have told that. So that's how I would have, if you had funny and interesting,
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
told you
I
that.
think because you called him out with the phone, he got nervous. You know, he
Well,
had enough
give your
TV.
version of the story.
No, that's right. Everything he said is right. But that's what happened. So I just drew it. I drew it on a bed nap. And I didn't know he saved it. He saved it. He said he had a meeting with his team the next day. They approved it. That's what happened, man.
Well, it's an awesome
Pretty
name
cool,
because
yeah.
like it really is Sacred
Yeah.
Grounds.
I had
Yeah.
well, we did our.
Did you
VP.
kind of you're like, dang it, that's too good. And you're like, I don't want to tell
Well,
him.
here's what's crazy. I'm like, Hogan, no, dude, we're good. We're good. I'm like, all right, whatever. Just write whatever you want. And I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna take this name seriously. And I didn't. I like he's breaking my balls with something. And then he slides a napkin over to me on the bar, and I'm looking. I'm like, he's like, look. It's like, how about Sacred Grounds by Robby Incmikoski featuring Paul Hogan? And I'm like, that actually sounds kind of intelligent.
And I-
You know, having the little
And we
feature,
were blasted.
it makes
we
you
were
seem even
blasted
smarter.
when it happened.
Yeah.
We were
you know,
hammered.
that's the only thing that didn't make it on the cover of the book is featuring Paul Hogan.
Right. But we have featuring Uncle Paulie on the podcast.
Hey.
So our podcast is called.
Hold on. We're not on the cover.
He didn't
No.
write the book. All he did was name it.
I'm in it a few times, but
He's
I'm
in
kinda-
it 3 times.
Did you at least get the forward?
no,
No.
I offered to write a forward, which there's like 5 forwards in there, so I didn't crack the top 5 on forwards here.
So you man it came over the title. Didn't
You
crack the top
the
5.
top 6.
Top 6.
Actually 7, because I have an actual forward and 6 intros.
All you had to do is get him 16 Red Bull and vodkas, and he would have written you the best forward of your life.
And you ain't lying about that.
Right?
That's God's honest truth. That story is 100% organic, 100% true.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the meeting the next day. I'm a little sluggish.
No.
And I say to my team, I'm like, you won't believe this. So it's Ascender Book Services. Let me give him a shout out. Kyle Fager, whose name is on the cover, Stephen Knezovich, Anna Hall. Anna did
Didn't he
all the
just do
design.
that to you?
What?
Who?
No,
What'd
let
I
him
say?
finish. Let him. He's
Yeah,
rolling,
Kyle.
man. He's
Who's the
rolling.
best friend now, Kyle?
He's rolling, man.
It's not
Facts.
Paul, it's Kyle.
Goddamn Kyle.
Man, just
Fact-
call. That's the
Sorry
Undertaker.
that
right
facts
there.
hurt Paul's feelings right now. So my team at Ascender Book Services that produced this book with me and did an
Who was it
unbelievable
again?
job doing it.
Center Book Services.
What's it? Ascender Book Services?
I'm gonna see how
They're
many times I
great.
get you to say it.
Kyle and Steven live in Pittsburgh. Anna lives in Seattle, Washington. And Anna was a graphic designer. Steven handled all the marketing. And Kyle wrote it with me. And I said, you won't believe this, but I was at Mario's last night, hammered. And I think I have the name for our book. I said it to them. They were like,
I'm sure their
all
faces
right.
were like,
I'm
"Oh
it sounds
wow."
pretty good. I'm like, all right. So I called him and I'm like, dude, you won't believe this shit. They actually like it.
For sure, like it.
It's really good.
And then that's it. I don't know what our
How long
beat-
did it take to name the book?
what do you mean the name? Like
Actually, like that day between, because you were already writing it.
we had already begun production of the book. We had already done interviews and we already had gotten a couple stories done. So a couple drafts of the stories, because we revised and edited everything, obviously, when you write a book like this. So so Anna said to me, why don't you go take a picture of home plate? There's your ashtray right there.
Well, it's too late.
And,
We call that the Robbie.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Picture
I
of me and
was
Bob.
going to read it.
So Anna says, why don't you take a picture of a home plate? So I went to my local baseball field
That's a real home plate.
in Mount Washington. This gets better.
Doesn't look.
I went to-
because the angle. Yeah.
Hold on. I went to the WHAA field
Thank
in
you.
in
Look
Mount
at the
Washington, Skookum Field. So I went there and took a bunch of pictures. And I'm like, I don't know. It was kind of a dirty home plate. Then the week before the 2025 season, I went to PNC Park and took a bunch of pictures of PNC Park because that was the last picture I took photographs of, which is ironic because I made it, it was my quote unquote home ballpark for 11 seasons.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, the grounds crew had the tarp on home plate. I'm like, can I lift this up and take pictures? So this is actually PNC Park's home plate with the pearl
with the-
baseball.
that's a
turned the
really
other
cool
way.
angle too.
So we don't want to get banged by major. So that's a Major League Baseball, a pearl that we don't want to get banged with a copyright strike. So we turned it around And I don't know if I'm going to get punted. Am I going to get copyright strike for saying that? I don't
No.
know. It's not on there. So
You can't prove it.
this is PNC Park's home plate with a pearl on it. The week
That's
before
awesome.
opening day 2025. That's what this actual photo is. It's crazy. So and
I'll
I
tell you
took
what,
the pictures. We sent it. She sent the logo. I'm like, Hogan, you are a fucking genius.
So much so that Kyle
Fager.
Yes.
Sager's on the cover, and you're not.
It is.
Kyle earned it.
Kyle earned it. What does that mean you did, Paul?
By the way.
Hold on, I want
But here's what's
I
cool.
want to hear. I want to.
What's that?
How's it make you feel?
I'm in there somewhere. I think I'm in the second to last page.
Yep, he's in that. So he's in there 3 times actually.
I'm in it.
Nobody else is in this book 3 times. He's in there once for the Arizona chapter. He's in there once for the Hall of Fame chapter in Cooperstown. He and I went to Cooperstown late in the 2024 season.
That was a great thing.
And then
Never been.
it's unbelievable.
Oh, they got an archives in the basement of it. Archives of baseball. And we went down in there. We got the
special
Babe
treatment.
Ruth bat and everything.
Well, thanks
We,
for that.
we held Babe Ruth's bat
Yeah.
from his 199th homer.
Thanks for the invite, guys. Yeah,
It was crazy.
I was probably just sitting at home like, man, it'd be nice to hang out with Robbie and Paul, the guy I don't know yet.
Babe Ruth signed the bat from his 199th homer.
Yeah.
Gave it to former governor of, I forget the state. The governor died, and the bat went back to the Hall of Fame. So
That's
it's signed
so
to the
cool.
governor by Babe
I
Ruth,
bet that is amazing.
which is cool. So we had pictures of
I think it
us
was
holding that
Tennessee.
bat. What's that?
It was Tennessee.
It could be 10. I can't remember who it was.
Tennessee. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
We
right.
held
Volunteer
Lou
state. They
Gehrig's
probably
glove.
gave it back.
What do we have?
That's
We had
what we
Lou
do.
Gehrig's glove, Babe Ruth's bat, Christy Mathewson's jersey, Mike
Babe
Trout's-
Ruth's bat. They put white gloves on you.
I thought your favorite thing was the jock strap that you were holding. Whose was that?
Give me that jock strap, baby.
He loves a good jockey.
I almost said it. They put white gloves on us. They said,
Of course they do.
listen, when you hold Babe Ruth's bat, hold it like this. Take a picture, and enjoy
You're
it.
getting banned
So
from the Hall of
I
Fame.
heard the ring. I went,
Dude, you kind of look like the hey, you kind of look like the babe with the cigar in. Yeah. What they do? They panic.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything.
It's because you look like the babe when you did it.
I
think
got a
you're right.
look.
I
Yeah.
think you're right.
I got a look by
Yeah, but you don't look like the babe.
the guy who
Oh, that bat was
who
going
took
up.
us down
There
there.
was no way, but it was amazing.
Shasta, I love you.
It was
Shasta.
amazing. Everything you ever wanted to see. Like in the hall, you can't touch anything. It's all behind glass. You get to kind of get to touch down in the archives. It was cool.
How'd you get down there?
He knew someone.
So
You know everybody.
well, sometimes yes, sometimes no. But the president of the Hall of Fame is so the last 2 presidents. One was Tim Mead, who was a former PR guy for the Angels, and then the current president is Josh Rawitch, who's a former PR guy for both the LA Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. So working in my role, all the PR people.
That's true.
So I called Josh, and then his chief communications guy at the Hall of Fame is Shesta, John Shestakovsky. He spent a long time with the Boston Red Sox. So I knew Shesta from when he was with the Red Sox. So I sent him a note. I'm like, hey, man, my buddy and I are thinking about coming up. He's like, can you be here by like 8:30? And I'm like, Hogan, can we get there by 8:30? Because he was driving for work. And me and him left at 2 a.m. from Pittsburgh, drove through the night to Cooperstown.
Was it just like a spur of the moment trip?
No, it wasn't spur of the moment, but I had to go to Boston. So I picked up a run because I was going to meet the Rangers in Boston right from there. So this is in August of 2024. So we drove up together, and he went back here. I went to Boston to meet the Rangers. But anyways, we set it up, and he goes, "Hey, it was. Do you remember Colin McHugh?
Yeah.
Nice career.
Yeah.
So it was us 2 and Colin McHugh, former
Oh, cool.
relief pitcher in the big
Yeah,
league, started
yeah.
reliever. So us 2 and Colin McHugh end up getting this private tour, which they bring VIPs and stuff, and people win contests and all that. You
Yeah.
know, whatever. Raffles.
It was pretty amazing. It was
You
pretty
know,
amazing.
I bet.
Prizes and all that.
I bet.
So it was unbelievable. So we go. So we spend this incredible time at the Hall of Fame. So I take a gallery, and that ended up being in the books. We did a chapter on the Hall of Fame, which is really
So
cool.
that pretty face made it in.
It was his ass, actually.
Oh.
He's standing looking well.
I didn't know you walked backwards. My fault.
That's-
Look,
So yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame chapter, the Mario story, and then the Arizona
what
story.
did you prefer? And Robbie, I don't know if I ever asked you. Working all the sports. What sport did you prefer the most?
Well,
You better
baseball-
nail this one.
Well, different.
I think it's hoops, but I hope it would be.
So
Why didn't he do figure skating for a little while?
I did not do figure skating.
he did the Knights.
I was an announcer for the Vegas Golden Knights. I was the first ever reporter for the Vegas Golden Knights, by the way. No, how many people know that? Just did it for a month. The other reporter was having visa issues. Their main reporter, Ali Lozoff, who's now with the Anaheim
Did you do that
Ducks.
for him? Visa
No.
issues?
They called me. And I said, hey, they said, you want to go to Vegas and work the Golden Knights? I'm like, hell yeah. So that was a lot of fun. But I was with the Minnesota Timberwolves for 3 years.
Where did you live in Vegas?
Where'd I live? At
Yeah.
the hotel, at the
I think
Residence
in
Inn.
Vegas would be more interesting than anything you say about Minnesota. So where did you live? This is
In Vegas, I lived at the hotel right by the monorail.
I think he's trying to get
Vegas
you to say
Convention
something.
Center.
Where did you live?
Did you parlay your time in Vegas into anything interesting?
Dude, I love this guy. Keep going.
Parlay my time in Vegas. I'm wondering
Did you
where this
do-
I was there for 1 month. I worked the first month. It was 11 games I did with the
No. How'd you do in Vegas?
gambling.
This fucking guy, man.
Where do you live? He's obviously not going to tell us.
I'm dead serious. I lived in
Into your magic number in your time in Vegas.
I didn't win. I'm not a big gambler.
I don't think that's where he's going with this.
I don't
one.
think
I'm not a big. No, he knows I'm not a huge gambler.
I don't think he's talking about gambling.
Hookers?
Did
No.
you bag a bunch of chicks in Vegas? I mean, I had to say this.
No. No, I didn't actually.
You lived in Vegas in a casino.
I lived at the Residence Inn, which is not a casino. What do you think? Did I go to the
No,
joke? Is
I'm just saying. When
falling flat.
when I would go to Vegas, I would at least have a good Vegas lie. I would dress the dress. I would have 100 wrapped around a bunch of 20s, and I would look. I mean, like, and it would work out for me. Did you have a Vegas lie? Did you have? I got a Vegas lie.
I have a.
Yeah.
You have to make people think that you're rich in
Yeah.
Vegas.
All
Mine
right.
was my.
I didn't know that, but I'm in now. Okay.
When you aren't rich, you have to have you got to play the lie. My lie was my grandfather invented the Zagnut
What is the
The
Zagnut?
candy bar.
candy bar.
That's a candy. That's
Yeah.
not
Zagnut?
not a candy bar I want.
They don't have that in
So
Knoxville.
Zagnut.
Wait,
No,
where you
Zagnut
from?
was a good
You're a
candy
Knoxville
bar.
guy, right?
I'm a Tennessee guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't eat Zagnuts.
That's why it's an ungoogleable.
Of course it is.
Ungoogleable.
Yeah,
You
it
can
probably
go
has
with the-
stickers on it.
You can go with the lie. But
Zagnut?
I can't believe that this didn't work out for you.
Well, when
I
you
once
have
told
this
somebody-
personality, this hair, and these looks, you don't need to throw money around.
When I was in the minor leagues, we convinced a group of men at a bar that we invented the Budweiser frogs.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
we
That's
used to
what
do it
I
all
was
the
getting
time.
at this
Yeah.
whole time.
I have a lot of those stories.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I was a bud.
I was rich because my grandfather invented the Zagnut.
Did that just come to your head?
Yeah, at the time.
That's pretty
We had
good.
another guy there. He pretended to be a European soccer player, so he faked a European accent the whole Vegas.
See, I don't think I could hold on to that.
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
Yeah.
That is
We
impressive.
had a night. My buddy Brad May, who I worked with, former NHL tough guy, he was my broadcast partner, one of my broadcast partners with the Golden Knights, and just a hilarious dude. I don't want to get Brad in trouble. Sorry if I get you in trouble for this. So we started at O'Shea's, and we end up
I
at
love
Denny's at
O'Shea's.
6:30. Then we go to
You know, it's a weird
Casino
night if you end up at
Royale.
Denny's.
we
You
end
know
up
what I mean?
going home
Denny's
at
is
like
right.
9 a.m. and there are these people like in a rental car, and he just walks over. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He walks over. This is at 8:30, 8:45 a.m. We have been out the entire night, and they're in like tourists. So you could tell it's a rental car, tourist car, and goes, hey, enjoy the Hoover Dam.
That's it? That's all he
That's all he
said?
said. Oh, dude, we got to go to bed. It's way
What if
too
they were
late.
really going to the Hoover Dam? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hey,
but it
think
was-
about how freaky that would be in your
Oh
brain.
my god!
Like, how did he know?
They clearly were
How did he
tourists.
know?
You
Yeah.
took one look at these people, and you knew they were Vegas tourists.
And they thought you were definitely from Vegas.
It was so
Oh, yeah.
funny.
O'Shea's is
That
still
was
there.
what O'Shea's is.
Still there.
O'Shea's is just an
Still there.
all-time
Yeah, it
place.
is.
The old O'Shea's was a dump. They made it nicer, which actually I don't like. I like it when it was a dump. They
Yeah, they
renovated
used
it,
to
made it
have
a
beer
lot
pong
nicer.
tables in there.
So, anyways, I don't know why we're talking about.
Well, honestly, there's
He's going where it's going.
Yeah.
You tried to take it to Minnesota basketball, which nobody wants
So
to
you
talk
ask me what sport I like.
Yeah, he did.
I
He
like
did.
basketball.
He ended up in Vegas.
When you do the
about.
NBA,
And how'd we get there?
And-
Uncle Paulie.
NBA, yeah. So in the NBA, you know that ball's tipping off at 7:05 every night or whatever time the start time is.
Did
You
you
know,
see
2
baseball?
hours and 20 minutes later, the game's over. Baseball, you can have a rain delay. It lasts 4
But
hours.
baseball just took over in viewership last week.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah, I
incredible.
don't want to date this podcast, but this is April 2nd, and we literally took over. Take that. We're not growing. Cable's going to die. Shut up.
Well, what's great is with baseball, when the pitch clock came in,
Hold on. We got to go. Let's
baseball
rewind.
got infinitely better and more interesting, in my opinion. But whatever.
He never picked. He's staying away from his favorite sport.
I like so
It's
different
curling.
sports
He
for
never
different
answered it, did he?
reasons.
He didn't.
Never answered.
He's dodging the question
Different
again.
sports for different reasons. When you're a reporter,
You
love
wrote a book
basketball
about
the most.
baseball.
Basketball, I would walk right into that huddle. I remember one time Rick Adelman.
He's trying to say
We know he liked
Rick
basketball.
Adelman, the Hall of Fame coach.
He showers.
Exactly.
Rick Adelman treated the media like shit. He was terrible to us, right? And I'm sure he's a good guy. And his kid's a head coach at Denver Nuggets. David Adelman is a great guy. David was an assistant with the Timberwolves.
I met
when
the
was
guys
there.
with the Nuggets.
Yeah. David Michael Malone was a great guy. David Adelman's a great guy. But his father Rick was just a mean prick to the media. He was terrible. And Rick, I'm sorry, I had nothing personal. He
Was he consistent?
Oh yeah.
Consistency is the best.
He one time I would
Even
get
if
in the
you're
huddle.
terrible,
So we had
see.
Kurt Rambis for 2 years, and we would go in the huddle. I would go in the huddle all the time and just get information. I would talk to a couple assistant coaches. Well,
You
once
love me in the huddle.
I was doing that when Rick was in there. Rick looks at me. He goes, "Get the fuck out of here!" So Adelman kicks me out of the huddle. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in trouble.
And like, how many times you been in the huddle before?
500 at least.
Wow.
At least 500.
Loves being in the huddle.
Yeah.
That's how you guys met. You got in your huddle.
So it was yeah. So basketball was fun for that reason. But baseball is a whole different monster, and it's good because you develop relationships in baseball with everybody. You develop them with players, coaches, equipment managers, trainers, office, vendors, janitors.
Don't you feel like they're
ushers.
lasting too in baseball?
What's that?
Those relationships seem to last in baseball.
I put 120 different people in this book.
Wow.
120 different people are in Sacred Grounds because of relationships. Now, I had never personally met all 120 before I put them in this book. But what's great about baseball is I'll give you a couple examples. I'll use a local one, Donnie Kelly, Pirates manager.
Did you
So
know?
He just name dropped.
first of all, Donnie Kelly's the nicest guy on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Nobody
Outside of
you will never find anybody on planet Earth to say a negative word about Donnie Kelly. He's the nicest human being, arguably, you'll ever meet. In your
he's the
life, right?
best. He
He's
really is.
just a tremendous
He's the
human
best
being.
when it comes to like.
He's a great friend.
He's the best
He'll
Yinzer.
He'll do anything for
Yep.
you. That good a guy.
Yep.
So I was looking up guys, and I wanted to chase down Dwayne Wise. Do you remember Dwayne Wise?
Mm-hmm.
The former outfielder, played for a bunch of different teams. You know what he's known for? His one big moment. You know what it is, Hogan?
No.
When Mark swing, what is it? Bang, swing
Wow.
on the money.
Always. Mike's messed up. That's on me.
Top of the ninth inning, he comes in as a defensive replacement. Mark Burley's throwing a perfect game against Tampa Bay Rays. First ball, Gabe Kaplan at
Yeah.
the plate. Bang, left center field. Oh shit! Perfect game over. Shutout over. No hitter over. Shutout over. Dwayne Wise jumps the wall into the stands, robs a homer. 2 outs later, perfect game. Mark Burley. Dwayne Wise saved a perfect game. I'm like, so I'm doing the chapter on the White Sox stadium. Like, I got to track down Dwayne Wise. So I start looking, and what I did was to track people down that I didn't know that I wanted to reach. Was I would look everywhere they played, and I would look on that team's roster. Who's their manager? Who are the coaches? Who
Try
are
to
his
find a
teammates?
connection.
I need to find a connection. So I saw minor leagues, Donnie Kelly. So I called Donnie. I'm sounding crazy. Dwayne Wise, do you have a number? Can you get me anywhere in the vicinity of Dwayne Wise? He goes, yeah, I'll call him for you. Or he texts him for me. He goes, hey, man, here's his number. So like Donnie Kelly connected me with Dwayne Wise. Jeff
course he did.
Francoeur, who former outfielder, Braves,
Yeah.
Royals.
Grew up loving him.
Yep, he's a Georgia guy. I said, hey, man, and Brian McCann, 6-time All-Star. I knew McCann. I'd been in media scrums with him, but I never had like one-on-one interaction with him. And I knew Francoeur was really tight with McCann. So I called Frenchie and I'm like, hey, can you put me in touch with McCann? He's like, oh, hell yeah. So ended up getting Brian McCann. So like, that's kind of how a lot of it came together. But that is the beauty of baseball, are the relationships and how they last.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you, probably 15
I
guys.
mean, that's why you guys are best friends.
15 people.
Think about
yeah,
that.
Yeah, 15 people are in. Like 15 people in the book that I had never met before. I put them in the book.
And think about it. The
Maybe
book
not
wouldn't
that many,
exist without
probably
you.
10 or 12.
It wouldn't. I mean, it would have never even been printed.
What's that
Right.
without you?
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Without that
where we're
napkin.
going.
One of my favorite things that he told me was I never knew that in Oakland, the fans and the players share the same corridor. That's insane, man.
You ever been to Oakland?
What about going to Chicago? If to walk through the concourse,
Which one?
Wrigley, to get to the clubhouse. Like you don't. There's no secret entrance
From the bus.
From the bus, but like still, like even
Really?
when you walk out, it's gated.
From the bus to the clubhouse,
It's
you have to
wild.
go through.
There's
the
no real
concourse.
tunnel. There's no way to
no
get.
private way out
No.
in Wrigley Field.
Even now.
Or even to this day, you have to walk through.
Which is kind of cool because I think fans kind of get that behind the scenes. They don't normally
and
get.
fans look out, and fans are like right there. The buses are there, and fans are standing literally like 8 feet.
Yeah,
from the
it's a
buses.
unique experience. Yeah,
And they have
Oakland,
the stanchions there.
rest in peace. Oakland.
I just want
Call
to
it
that.
that here.
Yeah.
Just knock that off.
I did 2 extra pages in my book on Oakland for that reason.
I think Major League Baseball will get back there because we're going to expand.
I
and
hope so.
and I really hope it for
Do
the
you
fans.
really? There's a too
Why
close.
not?
Is it too close to Frisco
They had a team
for them
forever.
to do it?
They had a team forever.
Oh, I agree with you, and I hope they do. But is it too close to Frisco for them?
I don't know. Maybe they move it.
I think they were different
Outside of it.
audiences.
Yeah, I do
different-
too.
Different fan
Yeah.
bases.
So I don't know because San Francisco has a different feel. Like
It's
it's
just
very, very different.
Yeah, and they
Way-
love their baseball.
way
Out there. Like
different.
the A's fans got shit on, and that was terrible. That A's fans, man, Will McNeil, all those guys, right field, section 149. I used to go out and hang out with those guys out there, man. What happened in Oakland is an absolute travesty. That's what they did to those
It
fans.
is. It got really
The
busy.
way the franchise shit on those fans. You know what's crazy?
It wasn't just. It was Major League Baseball too. Like don't.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Like I mean, they had a tough draw. I mean, they didn't win consistently, and people didn't show up consistently. But the people that did, it was the most loyal fan base probably outside of Pittsburgh in baseball for a team that doesn't win very often. So yeah, I'm with you.
I hated it.
Well,
I hated
well,
what they did.
I went there. When did I go? 1 or 2 years ago.
2024.
So I was just knocking off my savings. I got 4 to go. 4 to go.
Okay, which 4?
I still got. We went to Steinbrenner Field last year, so I don't count Tampa. So Tampa, I got to get on there. I'm not too excited about that, but I still got.
You got to get there before they build a new one.
I will. I
Yeah,
will.
gotta
We're
get
gonna
there.
get
So
there
this year I'm gonna hit
We're getting there
Toronto
this year.
and Houston, and then I'm gonna end it
I
in
love
San
Houston.
Diego.
San Diego?
And it's San Diego.
That's
yeah.
a good place to end.
Yeah, that's right.
So, what's your favorite so far?
well, this is such a homer thing, but I've been to 26 now. Nothing touches the aesthetics of PNC Park. Nothing. It just doesn't.
You're
But-
not the
but-
only one.
but-
Everyone
but,
says it.
but everyone says it everywhere I go, though.
Yeah,
Like, even
it's
the
everywhere.
away fans.
Yeah.
So they just say it, and then I have when you're picking your favorite stadiums, it's not how good that team is. It's for me, it's a feel. It's a goddamn feel. You feel it. So when my number 2 is Fenway, when I walk into Fenway, man, that's a feel. That was a feel that I can't explain. So I'm going to put that at 2. It's always going to be St. Louis. What a feel. And you talk about loyal fans, St. Louis, my God. Everyone wears
It's
red.
the PGA of fans.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just always the
Unbelievable.
same. Yep.
So then you could go through the rest. I mean, I really love Wrigley. Now when you see games on TV, they'll show San Francisco's Bay after you're watching it on TV. Well, when you're in that ballpark, you don't even know that goddamn bay's there.
No, you don't.
All you see is the sky.
Yep.
So I don't want to say it's overrated because I'll top 10 that Oracle Field if it's still Oracle. I'll top 10 it for sure. But when you're in there, all you see is that big mitt in left field.
Yeah.
And
Which is cool.
which is very cool.
Yeah.
Now, when you walk around pregame, it's an unbelievable ballpark. It's
That's
just
all right.
unbelievable.
It's something I never did
But
that. I wanna
when
do.
you're sitting there watching the game, you don't see anything. You just see the sky. So when you're in St. Louis, you see the arch, you see all the buildings. I mean, Pittsburgh, you see that big bridge. Fenway, you got the Green Monster. So I'm a fan of that feel, the aesthetics and everything. Like if you go into Dodger Stadium, there's a historic retro feel. When you go see the Angels game, nothing.
Yeah, I never liked the Angels Stadium.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So when they show the Angels Stadium, they'll show that waterfall. Or when you go to
Or
the
the
Brewers
truck.
game and someone hits a homer, they'll show what's their mascot's name? He'll go on
Bernie Brewer.
Bernie Brewer going on a slide. But when you're in those ballparks, they're tiny.
Yeah.
They don't really do it for me.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
You like it
makes-
big.
That makes any sense to you guys. Yeah.
What's that? Say it
Did
again.
you echo that?
Yes and no. My perspective is a little different. So, like, I've never been to Fenway Park as a fan. My first ever road trip as a Major League Baseball announcer was to Fenway Park. I was working with the Twins in 2009.
We're like, this is a dump.
Well, that was
little
my
bit,
first thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a dump, but it's amazing.
It's got so much
but-
history.
yeah.
But I don't know if you played there since they updated a little bit. But do you remember walking out of the clubhouse, how skinny, first of all, how tiny is that visiting clubhouse?
Everything
at
was
Fenway?
tiny. Yeah.
You're jammed in it. And then you walk down
They had
those
2
steps.
floors on the home side.
What's that?
Didn't they have 2 floors on the home side?
I think they did. You know, I've never been in the Red Sox clubhouse.
Yeah,
never
I
went in.
was on the
always
taxi
just in the
squad.
visitor side on
Yeah,
that.
I was on the
I've
taxi
walked
squad. the
past
whole
it. I
time.
never went in it. That's another one where you have to walk in the concourse.
Here's a good story. Got called up taxi squad, right? And we didn't stop. Happened a couple different times. Me and Drew Sutton, they're like, come to the game, watch the game. We'll take care of you and your
You and
family.
who?
Drew Sutton.
All right.
So we're there. So we walk around, we take in the whole experience, and we get to our seats, and I'm behind a pole. Looking on the taxi squad, not playing, not called up, no service time. Thanks for the good seats.
It is
I was
the
like
mo-
this the whole time.
So I walk in there and I'm wide.
Robbie would have loved it. He loves a big pole.
I love a giant pole down it. What's amazing is
This Firefly reference.
I
If you-
walked in.
if you didn't catch that. You got that right?
So I
I did,
walk,
but I could add so much to it.
Yeah.
I walk in there like, do you want to go out to the monster and take pictures? I'm like, hell yeah, I do.
You're not talking about the pole anymore, right?
It's like, no, not the pole. We're
Okay,
at the
you got
Green
those
Monster.
pictures,
And
yeah.
I have a picture of me and this dude, Rhino, who was a clubhouse assistant, who was just a great kid.
What about the names of their assistant clubhouse guys? Or clubhouse guys that do Bulls,
a guy-
Ryan,
I worked out there and take pictures. My first ever road game I worked. And it's so you walk out there and you see like this is amazing. And then you go into the camera well. And outside of Oakland and Miami, Fenway Park is it's a bottom 2 uncomfortable camera well in Major League Baseball. It's like you're jammed in there. And Boston always has so many photographers. There's so much media,
especially when they
Never-
have guys
and the
from.
fans are
Japan and
right on your ass. So like you
And they're
stand
never
out,
happy.
and they're right there and they're just yelling the entire game. And it's like from the time I got there, I'm like, what the hell is this? I hope this isn't like this every stadium we go to, because it was the first time I ever worked a road game. So the history of Fenway Park is amazing. But when you talk about so I exclude PNC Park and Target Field because they're the 2 places where my home ballparks, right?
But you didn't have the new Target Field.
I did. My first year was the last year of the Metrodome, 09. I did the first 3 years of Target Field when I was with the Twins.
We'll get into that.
I was a Twins reporter. So, and then, so Target Field is special to me. I worked the first ever game there. That was really cool. April 12th, 2010.
Steep off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Steep
Yeah.
out. You fall on, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. But I would say Baltimore, that place has stood the test of time.
Yes. Baltimore.
Yeah.
You got the warehouse, you got
They
Utah
have
Street.
they probably have the coolest tunnel too, because you walk in, it's just all brick.
It's
Really
so
cool. Yeah.
And then
They
they
feed
have the
you good,
brass
too.
plaques where every ball lands on Utah Street, and they love their baseball in Baltimore. And then the ushers wear like the old school, like the old orange. Remember when
they really?
the Orioles had those like orange? I guess they still wear them to an extent. Remember those old?
So it's like the 1920s.
yeah, like
That's
the Brooks Robinson
awesome.
era. So they wear like
Yeah.
the old.
Probably
school,
sucks for them, but it's awesome
But
for
like,
us.
but like even the wrought iron fences have the old design.
Yeah.
You have like all the retired numbers, Babe Ruth museums out beyond center field. I don't know, Baltimore. It stood. It was this like Sky Dome was the first new stadium. Baltimore was second. So it was just like so amazing. It was so, like
I
don't know.
gotta go there as a
It
fan.
was
That sounds
amazing,
awesome.
and you go there, and the food's good. The people are friendly. The team, by and large, it has generally been pretty competitive.
I love walking.
They're great
Like,
fans.
And then Inner
You get to
Harbor's real
walk.
close
Yeah.
by.
Yeah. You get to
It's
walk
just-
from the harbor. It's
They
so
have
sick.
all the vendors out there selling peanuts and shirts and helmets.
There you go
and
again. You love the
knockoff
peanuts.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It really is.
I think the Inner Harbor is dead now.
Yeah, the Inner Harbor's dead now,
Yeah.
but back in the day,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
It's like a Scooby-Doo.
It used to be a real fun place. So I would say Baltimore, St. Louis is beautiful. I really like Kansas City. I like the waterfall. I like.
Kansas City's nice.
I mean, it's old, it's outdated. They're going to be moving in a couple of years, but I'll miss that place when it's gone. That was always fun. So I would say KC. Cleveland even has a nice stadium to an extent. I know it's
It's
not
still
the best,
Cleveland.
but it's still but it's still cool. Like I like it.
Cleveland has some spots.
Yeah.
Cleveland has some
So
spots,
yeah, I would say Baltimore, KC. So I like San Francisco.
Okay, nice.
San
So
Francisco's beautiful. So
I know you got to go. You have your OnlyFans to get to. So before you go, tell us one or two of your favorite stories since you're a part of this from the beginning. Really, the backbone of why that's even there in the Sacred Grounds Robbie's book. If you're just tuning in, but talk about a couple of your favorite stories. I think my favorite thing in life is listening to some of my people that I love telling me stories. Robbie's a great storyteller, even though you like to time it sometimes. It gets a little long, but he gets every detail. So tell me your couple of favorite stories.
Of regarding what, the book?
You can be in the book. Maybe it's in part 2 and you tease it. I don't care.
Hold on.
Take it your
tell
way.
the story. All right. I don't want
Hey,
to
what
tell
did he say?
He's going to take your story. No.
Steinbrenner Field.
What's that?
Steinbrenner Field.
All right. I think I know. What
In
you're talking
Tampa?
about. Yeah, we're in Tampa.
We went last year because we knew they were only going to be there 1 year.
Yeah.
And even though it was a minor league ballpark, we
It's
wanted to
actually
go watch
really
a
nice.
major
That's
league
why
game
we
in a
went.
minor
I
league
wanted
ballpark.
to.
It doesn't feel like a spring training
It
ball.
was like to see pro baseball in a single A field. It's something pretty cool about it.
And it's really nice.
Yeah, and Tampa's nice, and you're just there. We just great time there. I was going to go into how we was up with the NFL. Who were we up there with?
What city?
Um,
We've been a bunch of different cities together.
Kevin Howard. No, not Kevin.
I don't know what you're talking
Tampa
about.
Bay.
Dude, you can tell they're best friends.
We were in Tampa.
Yeah,
Like
last
maybe even
year.
stepbrothers.
It doesn't matter.
Call me Nighthawk.
So we're walking around and we're just checking out. The
Oh, Fran Morrison, my buddy, the producer,
Yeah,
Kenny Albert.
Kenny
You're
Albert.
talking about.
Knows everybody.
Kenny Howard. So we were Kenny Howard right before this game. Anyways,
Where are we now?
We're-
we still in
we're-
Tampa?
we're in Tampa.
we're in Tampa.
Okay.
We're in Steinbrenner Field, and we're just walking around. We're checking it out.
But they were there to do a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. We were there in
And so
September.
Robbie is taking a lot of pictures, right, for
His own
for his book. Yeah, taking pictures of dudes and other things he likes to have.
Yeah.
How many references are we going to make to this?
What do you mean?
Oh,
You didn't think we're just talking about the players?
first time.
Tell his story. So he's taking, and there's a vendor in center field, and I'm just standing there, and I'm drinking a beer, and I'm finishing a beer, and we just start bullshitting, me and this vendor. So he's talking. Robbie is coming back for his pictures, and I go to the vendor. I go, "Hey man, you want to be in the Hall of Fame?" And he goes, "Fuck are you talking about?" And I go, "Hey man, you want a picture? You want your name and picture in the Hall of Fame?" The guy I'm with works for a Hall of Fame. He's taking pictures because they're going to end. This is the last game. It's the last series. in the field.
So Saturday night they had one
Last
day
series for the
left. It
field.
was the last homestand. They were playing
And
Boston.
he goes,
Ah,
last homestand,
I would
last
love
series
that.
of the season.
Absolutely. I'd love that. And then I go, well, he comes over. I'm going to have you stand with him. I'm going to take a picture of you and everything. But before he comes over, man, screw me a couple beers. He gave them to me. So
you got free beers because you told him you should be in the Hall of Fame.
yeah,
Yeah, good for you.
that's exactly
One
what
day that
happened.
guy's
Never
going to show up in the Hall of
once has he
Fame.
ever been given a free beer.
Make
at
sure
the
you
game
should have
at
said in the
club with him.
archive because he couldn't get down there.
Yeah, should
Now he's going to go there and he's going to cry his eyes
I'm
out.
the only guy in the history of the world to get free beer off of a vendor in a Major League ballpark. And I did it because I lied and said he worked for Hall of Fame.
That's like $80 bucks.
But he played the whole role. He went over with this dude and he's got a picture with him.
We got a free beer
I love it.
at
I love it.
Steinbrenner Field last year.
That's outstanding. That's a good story. One
Yeah.
more. Give me one more.
Well, the pool story takes the cake, but we already told that.
When I was in Milwaukee, when we were staying at those.
I thought Milwaukee was a sneaky, really cool city.
Look at the shirt I'm wearing.
at the
I thought
hotel.
it was for the hot dog.
That was in that haunted hotel you guys stay in all the time. Was it the
Stadium sauce
Pittsburgh-
in
the
Milwaukee.
fucking haunted? That
Yeah,
hotel.
only one side.
What?
Only the old
What
side's haunted.
are you talking about? I don't know that.
What's that? What are you talking about?
It's
See,
only one
so-
side of the Pfister Hotel.
So Milwaukee Brewers, you stay at this old ritzy,
The Pfister
cool
Hotel.
hotel.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But like, if you go right, non-haunted. You go left, haunted.
So when you
Okay.
walk into the so yeah, there's two
I'm going to
sides
go
of the
with
Pfister.
haunted because I felt that.
You
place was
stayed on the
haunted.
left side. You probably asked for it.
We
Actually, you
had-
probably just looked at it. She said, he needs to go on the left.
We had. Hey, here's one for you. The Pfister Hotel. And if anybody,
Why do they call it? That's just a terrible name.
when anybody
P.S.
does the
Silent
search
P.
on the Pfister, every,
Terrible.
Yeah,
I would say 29 opposing
hourly
teams.
rate motel.
How many stay?
The Pfister.
How
Yeah.
many?
Hourly rate. It's such a nice hotel, but whoever came up with the name, I hope
How
they
many?
had a tough childhood.
How many opposing teams stay at the Pfister. 25 out of 29,
Dude,
probably.
everybody would want to leave. But how do you leave?
Well,
It's like everybody when you play the major leagues, it's the one hotel you remember.
And it's like 8 minutes,
Well,
7 minutes from Pfister to the ballpark.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a
and
quick trip.
that area downtown's awesome.
Quick trip.
well, the quick story on that is I was on a cross country drive.
Did you meet the
After-
ghost? Oh, you said it was haunted. How do you know it's haunted?
It felt very haunted.
Well, how did it feel though? Would you get goosebumps?
It's just a little bit. It felt.
Well, was that not Robbie tickling your back before you go to bed?
It might have been. I fell right to sleep though. I mean, after this ether rag went over my face, but that's the last thing I remember. So I'm there.
Oh, you must have not paid for the hour. Larry.
All right, I mean, Robbie, I'm on a cross country drive. I just retired. What I was doing was taking long drives. I drove all around 66, so I decided to drive Route 90 all the way from Milwaukee to Seattle. Go through the national parks to check out the Badlands.
Oh,
and all
so
kinds of-
cool.
It was super cool.
So cool.
You know, the Tetons, Yellowstone, all the way through into Deadwood. It was great. It was really great. So I started at Milwaukee. That's when I hit Milwaukee Stadium, and then I deviated up to the Twins. And then I made it to the Field of Dreams on that drive too, which was pretty awesome.
Is that pretty cool?
Yeah, man, it is. It is. They let you go right on the field. So I went out on the
Did you
infield.
find Ray?
No, I didn't. But what I did
He'll
was
come,
go
right?
drill a couple balls into the corn.
Did you really?
I did it, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so
did.
cool.
I had to stand on second these back as far as I could hit a ball anymore.
That's okay.
So
you did it. You did it.
I did it. That's right, I did it. So we're in a Pfister, and then Robbie and I, we got onto an Irish bar, and Greg Brown's in there. I told us.
Yeah.
Looks like you already are.
Well, Greg Brown was he was in the same condition I was when I named this book. So he ended up.
He's been working for the Pirates a long time.
He's,
That,
the co-host of the show, by the way.
Anyways, I had
He's the host
I had
of the
about a
show.
30-minute conversation.
I'm number two, if
and
not
an easy half-hour
three. He's
conversation
one,
with him.
too. Yeah,
He won't remember a single word of it, but he was a fun conversation in the bar that night.
always.
He was a very fun conversation in the bar that night. He ended up eating a frozen pizza that I guarantee cost $1 and they microwaved it. Like he was shoving it.
At least they microwaved it.
So,
Oh, God.
anyways,
Brownie gonna kill me for
it was,
this.
it was-
Sorry,
it
Brownie.
was going to end with where I parked my car that night. Someone got murdered an hour later.
I didn't see frozen
Didn't
pizza to murder. Hold on.
Yeah.
We went from frozen pizza and Brownie eating frozen pizza.
I
'cause-
parked my car across the street from the
Did you
the
murder them?
entrance to the Pfister. So and and
and
Oh my God.
I leave the
My
next
first
day,
and
and then
last time ever on
then he
podcast.
texts me and he goes, "By the way, right where your car was, as soon as you left, there were police cars surrounded by somebody who got murdered."
did you murder them?
No.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
Way
Hey,
too
hey,
long to
hey,
answer.
hey,
Just
hey,
wanted to clarify.
hey,
He
hey,
did not do
hey,
it, folks.
That
happened the night
He's
before.
now delivering
So
organs.
that was the night. I believe that was the night before because I remember waking up. Bob Walk and I both got woken up by the gunshots in separate rooms. We were on that side of the hotels before you make that joke. I heard the gunshots and I hurried up and I looked down and yeah, that was bad. But yeah, but that happened the night before he got there.
The Tampa Bay story was like good. Could have led with that one.
with that one, yeah.
Yeah, like you were the main suspect if you found a dead body. You know,
No, we didn't find dead body. It happened the night.
but it's next to your car.
Anyways, why are we talking about this?
He brought it up.
Yeah.
Your man,
Oh,
your
my
man's
goodness
history.
gracious.
He's just
So that was
interesting.
fun. We
Absolutely.
have. I'll tell you what, though. You know what's cool is I said to him when I'm not in this job because I knew one day I wouldn't be a TV announcer in
Which-
Major League Baseball.
Which hits you in 25 of September 1st,
it did, yeah, 2024. Yep,
2024.
Yep,
Excuse me.
20 September 1st, 2024. And I said two things I was going to do. Number one, I was always going to do opening day with our cop buddies and him, which we do every year. I have done that. I did it in 2024. I was actually home. The Rangers won the World Series in 2023. So they opened at home in 2024.
Oh,
I came
that's
home and
sick.
the Pirates opened a week later.
So
They
you got
opened on
both.
the road. So I Rangers opening day and I did Pirates opening day that year as a fan. That was cool. And then we did it last year. We're doing it again this year. At the time of this taping, tomorrow is opening day. We're doing it again. And then the other thing I said is every ballpark that he hits, I'm going with him. So
That's awesome.
Last year we went to Tampa Bay and Kansas City together, and then this year we're going to Houston, and we are going to Tampa to the Trop.
Well, and are you coming up to Toronto with me?
And we're going to do Toronto. My buddy's the catching coach for
Toronto,
the Blue Jays.
you'll love.
Yeah. I
Toronto.
can't.
They
I'm
just
excited about
redone
Toronto,
a
yeah.
lot. That whole city.
Yeah.
It's just so
I'm going to
different.
drive to Toronto and then fly down to Houston. And the
You're
next
going to
year,
be disappointed from that to that.
really.
Houston's awesome. Like as a player, I can't imagine what it's like as a
Yeah,
fan,
that's
but-
just the sequence of the
yeah,
of
but
the-
like just the
of
city in general.
Yeah.
Toronto's awesome.
So it's
I
great.
can't wait for that.
Yeah.
And then I was in San Diego last year. I
Should have
can't
left the
wait.
Hilton Center. Thank you, Swing. You're exactly right.
Should left. What'd you say? What did Swing left?
Except I hit 2 balls.
Oh,
that
in
got
Houston.
robbed.
At Palace Hill.
Yeah, I
I
have
was
2
never there
homers
for
on
that.
my stats. That hill wasn't there, so it kind of haunts me. Go ahead.
It's just one of the cool things in my life that I'll tell is obviously we have a deep friendship, as you can tell, but
It's
being
more of
able
a
to-
brotherhood.
being able to travel with him to each ballpark, and I would venture a guess that I've probably gotten him tickets. We tried to do the math on this, probably about 15, 18 of the 26 he's been to. I got him tickets,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Sounds like a little resentment that he got you. those
Yeah, I
tickets.
mean, no, around. I mean,
I get it now. Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah.
You're a really cool guy.
But that's cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So you talk
Yeah.
about why baseball's cool. That's why baseball's cool, Mac.
Yeah, it's
You
incredible.
get to look at me and you. I remember going up to you.
Yep.
Your last year, you were in spring training with the Rays, and we knew Teak was going to retire. Kent Colby, who was Pirates pre and post game, one of the nicest guys.
Just
on planet.
2017. Yeah.
I love Teak. He's a great guy. He was treated us so good. I rooted for him when I was a kid growing up. Remember,
Teak actually is our #1 podcast. You want to go check it out
Is it
until
really?
this one because Paul came on.
Yeah, Teak is great, man. So
Keep
we
the
knew
flattery
Teak was
coming.
Teak was gonna retire.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to you in the visitors dugout at Lecom Park in Bradenton,
In spring training, so he knew it wasn't going well.
spring training.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mac, what do you think, man? I was like, I think you'd be good doing television. You
Which
know,
was
here we
humbling.
are 9 years later, me and you sitting at the same, it's literally 9 years later, it was
Yep.
spring training 2017.
Yep.
And then I got to call you a coworker since 2018, 19, 20. So 6 years you and I worked together.
Yeah, and we're gonna do another podcast. Me and Robbie, we'll tell the story of literally how I even got into TV, and you're the about 99.9%.
I don't know about that, but
Well, you started it. That
Well,
I'm
started-
someone that would have put him on the book.
it actually,
You know,
we'll talk
yeah,
more about it.
Are
Actually,
you in the book?
Mac,
Yes, I'm in the book. I think I'm in the book.
when was the first time that began?
2013.
He had knee surgery. He had arthroscopic knee surgery,
He's
and
still-
he couldn't travel.
I knew
He was
that.
in a brace, couldn't fly. So the team had him stay back. And Teak,
which was cool. They asked me to stay, which I still to today. I didn't realize how often dudes go home. They asked me and Carson to stay. And that still means
Right.
the absolute world to me because they wanted me to be a part of it. I did the advanced meetings with them. I did all that stuff. So cool that they did. So thank you, Ray. Thank you, Hurdle. Everybody that because they didn't have to.
right,
To send me home. They're paying for me to stay here. So thank you.
right. And then he had knee surgery.
Got
And-
the same one. Yeah.
So he was in a brace, and it was just too hard to fly, like physically getting around, crutches, all that. So Teak didn't like doing the West Coast road games because he wouldn't get home till 1:30, 2 a.m. So we had somebody else come in for him. And I went to my boss. I'm like, hey, Michael McHenry's, I know he's an active player, but let's check with the team and let's see I'll ask him if he's interested. And I said, would you want to do pre and post game? About, what to say, what not to say, all that. They're your teammates.
Which I didn't really have to worry
You're
about.
not going to rip them.
I don't even think you're even worried about that.
Yeah, no, not that, but I want to do it.
And when I got 3 in Colorado. Randomly.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he was like, yeah. And he was our guest analyst, non-paid. He went in and did it.
Though they ended up paying me because I did good, I guess.
Oh, you didn't
It
get
was-
paid?
yeah, I
Oh.
mean, not like what I get paid now, but like, yeah, they're like, great job. Give us,
So you got the rate, you got the whatever the rate
yeah,
was
whatever the
for-
guest rate
yeah,
was, because
yeah.
they were like, thank you, because I filled in. They ended up asking me 3 extra games because they were like,
Oh, that's
yeah, we'll
right.
see, we'll
So
test the
he did
waters,
it-
because they thought I was gonna suck. Let's
And
be
that's how
honest.
his TV career kind
It
of
started
began.
because he opened the door and I was scared to death to do it, and he
And his
called me a
wife-
pansy and said, just go do it, you'll be great at it, and I did.
his lovely wife, Jacqueline
She pushed me along.
Game McHenry,
Nice.
took him,
Wow.
helped
Game
him.
GAME.
Really?
here I am, a guest on your show.
Yeah, and you guys have a podcast,
Wow.
which I'm going to be
Wait,
tuning into, and
it's
I hope
great.
I get to be a guest.
We would love nothing
so.
more.
Yes. Well, I know you have to deliver to Oregon, but I got to ask you one more question. One, you're coming back on. Is that okay?
Would love to.
I want to hear your whole story.
I got
love-
many stories.
I want to train with firefighters so bad I can't stand it. So when I get healthy, can we make that happen?
You want to train with
Please.
somebody with
I
a
can
body
definitely
like
make
that?
No, he'll be the one making fun of me the whole time. 'cause
Oh,
that's all they
like,
do.
You're
Is make fun of the guys they
like
bring in,
out of
right?
That body.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
Yeah, Pittsburgh firefighters, one of the bravest people in the world.
Yes. So that's a
Men
promise.
and women. We got some badass chicks that are on
Any
firefighters.
woman that walks in and
Yeah.
says, "Let me run into a fighter,"
Yeah.
she's
Oh,
bad
yeah.
to the bone. Yeah. And
He's
I mean,
unbelievable.
yeah. So
And it's cool, man. I will say this about Paul. I said, hey, man, we can make a little bit of a career thing out of this podcasting if we do it right. You know, we grow organically, we do the right thing.
if you just be yourselves,
That's what
I
I
think
said
it's
to
gonna
him.
hit.
And I said, hey, man, at some point in time, so he drives organs, and so his
Wait,
retirement
what's the
job,
podcast name, real quick?
Sacred Grounds, featuring Robbie and Uncle Paulie.
I'm so proud of you. So you named the podcast
That's
too?
I did.
Technically, yeah, I guess so.
Is it at least on the main
good.
cover of that?
Oh, yeah.
It's not like it's not
that's
host Robbie
our
and
podcast.
question mark.
It's a 50-50 deal.
He cut me a great
And we
deal.
just- What's that?
100-0.
What'd you say? A what? I missed that one.
It's
a
You know, I don't
unbelievable
want to
deal.
hear.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's perfect. So you deliver organs before you go because
Yes.
you're almost done with your cigar.
I took a retirement job after I did 2 years of traveling, as I said before, and then
I don't want you
I
to
just,
hear
I
the
just- I
story.
just got bored.
I want to know what is the weirdest organ in one story so we can tease you coming on because everybody's going to, like, you've never delivered like a wiener, right?
No,
Is that
no,
considered
no,
an
I've
organ,
delivered-
Robbie?
I've delivered
No.
hearts, lungs, livers, brains.
Wait.
Not for transplant.
Oh my gosh.
Brains for research get sent to
Okay,
Connecticut.
okay.
They get sent to Connecticut.
Thank you for clearing that up.
But I've flown them all over the country, and then you drive them throughout the night. They'll call you at 3 in the morning and just
You
say,
fly them. Are you just the one like handcuffed to them?
"No, they're not here." That would be cool. I might do that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put my
You
hands
just
up
got to
to
be,
it.
yeah, like if it goes, I go type thing.
yeah.
Show how important it is. I
So
like that.
So yeah, livers, lungs, all just transfer. Then you run them up into either right into the hospital or many times right up to the operating room where they got to go. And it's a pretty cool feeling
That's
for a
amazing.
retirement gig. Yeah. So you feel like you're doing something.
How did you even get there?
As they'll pretty much only hire like retired fire cops. You got to have the time. You got to have the certifications, prereqs, and all this the stuff that we already have. All that, and you got to be a crazy person for the hours because you're just going. And I've called Robbie at 4 in the morning 50 times because I'm dead tired behind the wheel. You know, I just driving from here to Carolina or Richmond or somewhere.
Yeah,
I said to him,
Robbie's a great friend. So
Yeah,
that's
and I said-
I call him, and then some dude hands him the phone, and then I talk to Robbie, and then
every time too, right? Yeah.
He-
Say, can I talk to Robbie again?
I said, right.
Who is this?
sometimes I talk to the dude.
I said to him, I'm like, dude, we're gonna do well enough. I'm like, you won't even have to do the organs. He's like, no, it gives him purpose, and that's why he does it.
I mean,
It
I'm
is.
sure there's no
It
better
is.
feeling.
It's a
than
really it's a cool
saving
feeling.
lives.
Yeah.
So for
No
a
doubt.
retirement job, I'm not going to sit here and say I do it for free, but I do it for free. It's a pretty sweet.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Yeah. So before you leave, Robbie,
Yeah.
like, leave us a note about Paul and what your friendships meant, because like it seems like you guys have a unique relationship.
What's cool is every time somebody sends me an email or sends me a text and says sacred grounds, that's what's cool, is that this could not have been more organic than it is. And to share that is what's priceless. It's like drinking beers, hanging out with your buddies. You do that shit all the time. That's cool, right? And that's a lot of fun. We laugh our asses off. We have a great time. Nobody's better to drink with than Paul Hogan, because he'll say something crazy or do something crazy, and people will look at him like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then, like 20 minutes later, they're toasting shots with him.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, of
know,
course.
like that's Paul.
Yeah.
That's who he is at his core, right?
Good things.
And like, but to like this is my passion project, right? Like, and you and I'll talk about this separately. You know the reasons why I did this. I told you why I did this. You're one of my best friends, so you know why, right? And you know why too. What drove me to do this deep down inside, right? And there's a major motivating factor as to why I did this, right? But then not only does that happen, he names it while we're banged up at Mario's. Like you can't write a script like that.
It's
That's
almost
the
a
coolest
purity of
memory I
baseball.
share with him was that night. So that's why I have this framed and why I'm keeping this. I have another copy for him. He wrote a secondary one that he's going to get eventually. But this is like one of my most prized.
Doing that.
Yeah.
So
let's just say it doesn't look like
right.
that.
So this is one of my most prized possessions
cool.
because it organically happened. It's a napkin that he drunkenly wrote on, which is so funny. That's the best I could tell. I could give you some crazy emotional shit, but this is really the truth. It's like this encapsulates our friendship perfectly, you know, and that nothing about this story is a lie. It is 100% organic and authentic. None of it's fluffed up for TV or for podcasting or to get a laugh. Like everything we said is 100% true.
So
that's what's cool about our friendship.
So everybody listening, put it in perspective. Me and Rob, we've been trying to get this done for a while, and we're talking. We've seen memes, probably inappropriate for most people, but back and forth constantly. So in between real conversation, there's a lot of ridiculousness. But then you write me this long note, and I didn't get through the first paragraph. I saw Paul, best friend, said, "Yeah, bring him on." Didn't even know his story. But this is what it is, and I can't thank you enough
I love you, buddy.
for bringing Paul on. I think we're going to be boys for life. Paul, you're coming back on.
100%.
I think you have a heart or I hope a brain to transplant.
I'll bring one. I'll bring one.
So next time on Hold My Cutter, when Paul comes on, we're going to interview him and understand his story. And he's going to bring a brain. And maybe we can figure out whose brain it is. And we'll tell their story. Maybe we'll make it up.
We'll completely make it up, but it'll be better than the truth.
It will. Yeah. We'll call him Robbie though. Yeah. All right. Hey, we'll be back. Please like, subscribe, everything. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Robbie. You guys are the best. Pick up Sacred Grounds. It's outstanding. I just started it.
Robbie,
I'm really excited where it goes.
Supposedly,
I'm in there and Paul's in there 3 times. That's worth the admission. Still not on the cover.
ROBBYINC.com. Buy it.
Bye. Thank you.